Well, there's a new Puss in Boots movie out, and I did go into this not dreading it by any means, but I was like, let's see if this will be a way to kill an afternoon. And then pretty much at the opening, I was like, damn, this is surprisingly really good. At the beginning, Puss is still up to his usual adventurous tricks, and it has a very fast-paced opening sequence, which catches us up on the character, shows how beloved he is, how competent he still is at being a hero. He has this sense of immortality about him that does make him very reckless, but you still root for him, and he gets the job done. The jokes here land, even the ones you see coming, like when he starts talking about his 8 previous lives. You know it's gonna flash back and show you how he lost them, but the gags are still really funny. And when the plot kicks in, it's a refreshingly deep story, where Puss loses his 8th life and is down to his very last one. He begins to bleed when injured. His hair starts standing up when he gets startled. I love it when the characters do act like cats when they meow or get pissed off. Puss starts going through this existential crisis where he finally fears death, gets more scared, and then seeks out a wishing star to either get his lives back or just embrace being in the last act of his life. There are great arcs here with this character, like when he goes to basically a retirement home, which is living with a cat lady, and loses all of his dignity and grows a beard. There's even a Siamese cat in the mix too.
Huh? Oh, yeah, that was me. That's what you want to hear, right? That was me? That wasn't me, you idiot!
And the animation here keeps you engaged too, which will go from looking like what you'd expect with a Dreamworks Puss in Boots movie, but then it'll look acrylic, or have this pretty cool choppy animation in the action scenes. When they get to the haunted forest, it looks like the woods from Annihilation, which works, he is on the run from bears. Speaking of, while Puss in Boots remains very likable, the side characters here are also hilarious. The movie has the feeling of a swashbuckling adventure, or a spaghetti western, or a fantasy, and the western part comes in with them being chased by bounty hunters, but since it's in the Shrek universe, they're fantasy characters. Among them are Goldilocks and the Three Bears, and they start out hilarious, like their interrogation techniques either being too hot or too cold, but even they have real depth and an arc in the film. The main villain here, or at least the one with the most screen time, is Big Jack Horner, hilariously played by John Mulaney. There's a really funny gag where he's got a locust who is his conscience and sounds like Jimmy Stewart and is constantly shocked by all the evil shit that he keeps doing. Seriously, there are a lot of henchmen who die in this. And it's still the year of Pinocchio, so of course he's got a cameo. But the best side character here is Death, who also acts like a Western bounty hunter, and he is legit terrifying in this film. The movie has real menace to it. Holy shit, this character is cool, threatening, and is honestly so scary. It is like he's straight up out of a horror film. But not everything works completely. One of the main supporting characters is the hyper dog Perito. And he's got a couple of scenes that work, but more often than not, I found him obnoxious. It's almost like the movie wanted its own Donkey, except Donkey was a lot funnier. Here, it wouldn't be that hard to take the character out of the movie. It's not totally necessary that he's there. It also has your standard MacGuffin chase in it, and while they do it well, there's moments where it could get a little repetitive. Overall, though, this movie was a very nice surprise, with a lot of heart, depth, and it does severely tone down any topical or modern pop culture references, to where I really can't think of any that were in it. I'll give it a B+. There's plenty of stuff in it for the whole family to see this Christmas. Thanks for watching, everyone, and stay tuned because I'll be back with a review of Babylon so we can find out if that is also good for the whole family. See you next time.